Hi everyone! Today we are going to look at some of the things that I bought at our local grocery store, H-E-B in Texas, and at Walmart. Now I had some very specific purposes in mind. I didn't just go willy-nilly, although something pretty did catch my attention. But I am going to take you through the few items and what we're going to do with them and look at the before and the after. So number one is this little jar that has a stainless steel lid that can be twisted to be a shaker with two different size of holes and then an actual opening. And I bought this specifically to put my barkeeper's powder in because it's number one, prettier, a little bit smaller, and I didn't like having the open top that those come with, and this allows it to be completely closed. So I bought two of these. I only had enough contents to put in one. So this one I'm gonna put in storage, but I'll show you the other one under the kitchen sink. So that's number one from our grocery store. Number two is this beautiful Pioneer Woman tray. Now I have the potato and the onion containers for this, and they're so pretty, but the purpose of this is really for containment. I have a little antique napkin holder and salt and pepper shakers that I keep on the counter, and just floating around without them having some kind of containment just has not worked well. And so that's why I wanted to get a little tray, and this seems to work perfectly, and I think it's cute. Yes, it covers up some of the design, but it's not too big. It doesn't take up too much counter space, and I think it's a win. We'll see how it goes. I'll see if I like it, because I have tried many things here for a solution, and this one seems to be the right size. These two actually, I have a toy corner cabinet underneath my bookshelves in the living room, and the kiddos, when they come, go straight for that cabinet. Well, I bought 2 boxes of the magnet tiles, and those boxes are starting to tear and get worn, and it's hard to put the tiles back up in them. So I wanted easier access for the kids. I think this one might work, but these are a little bit longer. There were 4 of them for like $11 at Walmart. I think this one, which seals a little bit more, is $5 or $6 at Walmart. If this one works, then I could return these and get my refund, but let's go check that out. Let's see if we can do that. This is the little kid cabinet corner, and we are going to try this bigger box first. So let's take a look. I might have to do some rearranging, but let's see how it goes. It's these 2 big boxes, and I may have to do a little finagling, and I might be able to use these other ones instead. So this may be more of a toy cabinet organization than I planned, but let's see what we can do. I'm going to take some stuff out. I'm going to give you story time for just a minute. I bought Barbies for my nieces and nephews if they want to play with them. And they're from the thrift store. There's like 3 of them, and I got them some clothes. One of them came with this kind of instead of a trifold, like a 6-fold little pamphlet. Well, it's just a piece of paper. And my great niece gets up on my husband's lap and says, "Read it to me." And he said, I don't know what it was. It was like the Barbie wardrobe or something like that. And it wasn't even a story or words. It was just a bunch of pictures with her outfits. Well, when I was organizing many moons later, I threw that away. Well, the next time she came, she's like, "Where's the book?" Auntie threw that book away. So I had to go out onto Amazon and I bought Barbie, I Can Be a Farm Vet, Let's Plant a Garden because Auntie has a garden, and my book of puppies. Now, has she looked at these books at all? No. Lesson learned, don't throw the pamphlet away. I just thought that was the cutest. I'm like, oh no, how did she remember? She was so young and she remembered that little piece of paper. Is this going to fit deep-wise? No. But it will fit that way. I don't know if that's going to be as... And I didn't measure when I went. I actually went for physical therapy for my hand. And honestly, I will tell you guys, I way overdid it over the weekend. I exercised it way too much doing all of the different types they gave me. And it was sleepless nights and terrible. So this was a little bit spontaneous retail therapy for me. But what I do think with these is that I could stack two maybe. And this is adjustable, so I could always take this shelf up another notch. And that's a possibility. I could also put the little trucks on top of it and use the vertical space that way. Let me see if it's all about trial and error. Okay, I'm sorry, I had to pause for a phone call, but let's get going. So what I see is that these other bins, I can stack 3 deep. So I'm gonna put the tiles, I think, in those and maybe some other things. So instead of using this bigger one. And I think we can use the bigger one for our camper so it will not go wasted or not necessarily need to return it. Okay, so let's pull these back out. And hopefully, one of these sets is 100 pieces, and I'm still dealing with my hand, guys. So one of them's 100 pieces, and the other one is 60. So let's try the bigger. I will keep the books. I learned my lesson. We'll put those on the side. It's got this little cover. And you can see, these are so fun. The kids absolutely love them. And I'm not gonna worry about putting them in here perfectly because they're not gonna put them away perfectly. And we'll have to see how well they fit. And if they have to fit in 2 of them, then that's fine too. I don't know how high that'll go. Okay, so one box down. This is a smaller set. It only has 60, but it has some of the bigger pieces. And followed by some little triangles. I think this is gonna work. I think they will all fit in one. Oh, yay. They do. Make sure there's none down here. But you can see how the box is torn. It was only a matter of time before that didn't work anymore. Okay, that looks great. Now, this isn't the sturdiest plastic, but it's gonna be fine. It will be fine. I think I'm gonna leave those on top. I have puzzles, and I'm wondering if we corral the puzzles in here. They're not a lot. This little box and this one. My little fiesta crowns for the girls when they visit. So Jenga, we can probably put in there. These are little car toys. And I have chalk. I'm gonna get a Ziploc for that chalk because it is messy. So that's cars. And this is blocks. I'm wondering if I should put the blocks in here. I had to have them to corral them. So I'm thinking, let's put the blocks in here so they're more accessible and they can be building. I'm just pulling things out to see if there's anything else that will go into this drawer. Let's put them in. I like it. So I do have one box left. And let's see what we can put in here. That would make sense. I like having this open bin, but maybe we can put the crowns in there. And our music makers. That would be fun, right? Okay, there's one more in there. I think that's all the music makers we have. I think everything else can stay in that basket. This is very lightweight. I left one of these out. Oh, there's that other puzzle. So I do have another puzzle in here. Let me see if it'll fit in this box. We're gonna move Jenga in with the wooden blocks. I'm liking it. I'm putting this up here. Let's see. There's the Barbies. A little dinosaur. I'm just gonna look through this quickly. We have a lot of baby dolls that will stay in here with their clothes and puzzles and miscellaneous toys. And these are puppets. I'm gonna put all this stuff back in here. I'm gonna go get a Ziploc for the chalk and put this away and we will be done. And I've got 2 empty bags, big bags, that I'm not sure that I need them for anything, but I'll put them in with my crafts in case I find a place for them later. All right, Raggedy Ann, you sure are nimble and capable. All kinds of yoga positions. Wow, what a difference that makes. And it's gonna be easier cleanup for the kids. That is the most important as far as I'm concerned. It's gonna be easy to put the puzzles in one place, the magnet tiles. I love it. So I have 2 empty boxes that were the Picasso tile boxes. And then I have this little empty container and 2 bags. So easy, quick, totally worth it. And then lastly, I wanted one of these boot boxes that has a lid, and they never had them in stock. They run about $14.97. It has little air holes on the side right here. I don't know if you'll be able to see those. And it's on both sides. And I plan on putting my black boots in here. Now I will tell you, they had another container that was a little bit taller for your shorter boots, but I could not get the lid to fit on that well. And I just was like, I'm not fighting it in the store. I'm definitely not gonna fight it at home. This one seemed to land well, and so I thought, let's give it a try. And even this one may be just a little bit warped. Can you see how that one, it doesn't snap, it just lays on top. So we'll take a look and see how that does as well. Hey everyone, again, we are in my closet, and my plan for the boots are the ones that are up here in this box here. I really wanted those other ones as well for these two shorter boots. Those are my snake boots in the corner, wear them in tall grass, but for protection, it's the ones in the box that are my black dressy ones that I want to use. Now this box is going to sit horizontal, so I might do something different with the shelf, but let me get those boots down. Let's put them in the box, and then let's see how I can rearrange here. I'm not taking the tags off of it until I know for sure that they fit. Now I do have the little shapers in there so they can keep their shape. Perfect. These thing could really hold men's because there's quite a bit of space still left in here. I don't want to put any others in there with it though, I will say that. If I want them there. I could also, let me show you for my house shoes. Wondering if I could put this here. It wouldn't be up against anything on this side, and put my house shoes up there. It is wobbly. I used to have a cabinet underneath this mirror, so I would move the mirror, but it doesn't connect to anything over here on these legs. It's just sitting on top of there. The house shoes are very lightweight as well. I haven't unpacked from the weekend, but I have 2 more pair of shoes that go there. And I think that should be okay. And if not, I'll swing it around and put it back on this shelf. So the only thing I don't like about the box is that if I put anything on top of it, I've got to pull that stuff down to get to it. Now, I do have room on the floor down here that I could put those and have more access to, but maybe do that more in the winter time, and then in the springtime and summertime I could put it back up there. And I may go back and get the other one that would hold shorter boots. I'm just not sure yet. So maybe I will live with it like this for right now. I do have a small suitcase that goes right here, and I'll move those back over. But I think I'm just gonna live with it like this for the moment. All right, guys, here is my recyclable trash. So I think that was successful. Now, as I mentioned before, you do not have to go and buy things like I did. You can still be neat, organized, and declutter. My purpose was not to declutter this particular video, but to organize. And I saw how the kids were reluctant to put the tiles back in their place. And honestly, is not fun. It's a lot more fun, instead of putting them into a box, to throw them into a tub. And so I think that was the perfect solution. And like I said, 4 boxes for $11. And it made such a huge difference. I am so happy with that. I just keep chipping away. And for me, I've learned that for myself, I like clear bins. I like to be able to see what's inside. Labels, of course, can help, but I am a very visual person. So you decide what's right for you. If you don't want to see what's inside, then a box like this is perfectly fine for you. But if you do like to see inside, then spend $30 on boxes like I did. That was all it cost. $15 for the boot box, $11 for that set of 4, and $5 or $6 for the other. Not a huge investment, but it gave me satisfaction. And that's what it's all about for me. Oh guys, thank y'all so much. Tackling little pieces just make me feel a little bit better and make my house feel a little bit better, everything in its place. And I know for that kids cabinet, if things are overflowing from those boxes now, if I added anything to them, then I know I'll have too much inventory for the kids. And I'm gonna have to adapt those kids' toys as the kids get older. But for right now, I think they're still age appropriate. I still get to enjoy the toys with the kiddos, and that makes my heart happy. That's it for this go around. I hope you enjoyed this little reorganization. Thank you so much for coming along this quick little journey with me. I hope that you were able to be inspired, think about how you might want to reorganize some of the things that you need to reorganize. I am gonna close like my dad always closed his voicemail messages. Bye for now.